Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It depends on where you are and the time you are seeing this video. My name is Nancy. You're welcome to my channel. Okay, so the reason I picked up my camera today is because I want to vent. I want to quarrel. Like, I want to share something with you guys. Okay, I was actually thinking about it. Something happened, and I was thinking a whole lot of things about it, and I decided to, why not let me share with you guys. Okay, so this is, but before I share it, I like to say that growing up, I think I understand to my level of understanding, I think I understand evangelism, soul winning, and visitation very well. I remember those days back in my hometown. I grew up in Assemblies of God, so I remember those days when it's weekend, most times Saturdays, though we do it within the week as well on our chance, but mostly on Saturdays we go out to visit our church members who were probably absent from church the Sunday before, or sorry, the last Sunday. Okay, so we shall visit them, and then to remind them of church tomorrow, and all that. We visit every other person that we can, apart from people that didn't attend church. Sometimes we also visit people that attended, and then remind them, village church now and all that. So I understood visitation, and then I understood evangelism. That evangelism is when you go out. Evangelism and soul winning, we go out, we preach to those people who are not planted or rooted in a church as at the time, who are not, I wouldn't say who are not Christians, because I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not judging anybody. Okay, but people who that they don't attend church often, they don't go to church. They only go to church on crossover night just for paparazzi. They shall go just to cross over in a church. So after that, before you see them in church again, it will be like the next crossover night again. So people like that, that they are not rooted in a church. That these people, they don't have a particular church that they are attending, or people who have never even been to church before. There are people like that. So we visit this, visit these people. Yeah, we go to them, we preach to them, and then we ask them to join, either come to our church if our church is close to their houses, or we ask them to join a Bible believing church. Well, that is my understanding about evangelism and soul winning. But right now it looks as if Christians have changed the whole narrative. They've changed the whole evangelism thing. They've changed it. Most Christians, actually, they've now turned it to Christians, fellow Christians, pulling other Christians to join their own church. The Bible says, go ye into the world and be disciples of all nations. Go into the world and preach to them, not into the church and preach to them. Sorry, it looks as if I'm getting angry. Right? I don't intend to get angry with this video. Okay. So you're supposed to go into the world and preach to people, not into the church and preach to people. You see your friend that is attending a particular church. You're already giving the person reasons why they should leave their church and join your church. Your church is better. Your church is more funky sized. I don't know your reasons, whatever reasons it is, and all that. Listen, see, if you have a problem in a particular church and you want to leave, if it's based on personal problem or personal issues that you're having with the church that you want to leave, fine, go to wherever you want to go to, but don't pull people along with you. If you had a fallout with your pastor and you feel you cannot settle it, you cannot resolve it, and you want to leave the church, or you have a problem with your church member or your unit leader, whoever, and you feel like you can't resolve it and you want to leave the church, good and fine. But just keep in mind that that same problem, if you have it with your boss at your place of work, or yes, at your place of work, you won't say because your boss scolded you, your boss talked to you in a manner you didn't like, or something. So because of that, you want to resign your job and stop going to work. It doesn't happen in secular world. It's only in churches that it happens. But that is not my point right now. My point is Christians forcing other Christians to leave their church and come and join their own church. Now, what happened was last weekend or 2 weeks ago, we had a program in our church. It was a 5-day program that started on Wednesday and ended on Sunday. So on Saturday of that program, I was going to church. So on my way to church, I saw some people sharing flyers, some church people sharing flyers, which is normal. You know, one guy handed me one flyer. I collected it. I was so in haste because I was already late for church that morning. I was walking so fast. Even when he gave me the flyer, I did not even look at his face. I just collected the flyer and I was going. The guy called me back and be like, sister, please, can I have a minute of your time? Sorry, please, if you're hearing any noise, just try to ignore. I'm stayed by the window, okay? So you'll be hearing a lot of noise. It is okay. So he gave me the flyer and he was like, sister, please, can I have a minute of your time? I'm like, oh, sorry. And the way I was dressed, you can tell that I was going to church. He saw me with my writing material, the way I was dressed, my hair was tied and all that. Okay, let's assume that he didn't know I was going to church. I now stated it to him. He was like, sister, please, can I have a minute of your time? I said, oh, sorry. I'm already late for church. But don't worry. I will go through the flyers you just give to me. I will go through them. Okay? He now said, he insisted, he was following me. He insisted that I should just... I now waited. I'm like, okay, so what's up? He said, if you check behind the flyer, you will see address. You will see bus stops where buses come to pick people that are... I'm like, okay. He explained, and I'm like, I know. But if this is why you are giving me the flyer to come to bus stop and enter bus that is bringing people to church, maybe I should hand you back a flyer because I'm not coming. He said, oh no, it's not like that. When you come, you will like it. You will like my church. You will like it. But I just told you that I'm going to church. That is to say, I have a church that I attend. And I'm not just, I am a worker in my church. Me too, okay. We shall go talking, and I'm like, okay, but you saw that I'm going to church. I have a church that I attend. He said, yes, I know, but I think you should visit my church. Pay us a visit. When you come, you will like it. When you come, it will be conducive. I'm like, I'm a worker in my church. So he was like, what department? What unit do you work in your church? I told him, and then he went further to say, I should not worry. When I come to his church, I will join the same unit. So you are literally telling me to leave my church and start attending your church. Why? He said, because tomorrow, which is the next day, which was on a Sunday, he said, because there's a special Sunday. There's always a special Sunday. There's a special Sunday in their church. I'm like, we've been having program in our church. Like, our program started on Wednesday and it's ending tomorrow. That makes our tomorrow service a special Sunday. So why not let's do it this way? You follow me to my church tomorrow. After tomorrow, the following week, I'll come to your church. I'll follow you to your own church. He said, sister, you know, I'm a worker in my church, so I cannot afford not to be in church tomorrow. I need to be around to handle things, to put things in order, to organize things. I'm like, oh, really? It was because I was late for church. If not, I had words for that guy. I'm like, oh, really? So you can't leave your church to come to another person's church simply because you are a worker in your church, and because of that, you cannot leave your church. Me too, I'm a worker in my church. So what now makes the difference? What's the difference between you and I? So I should leave my church because your church is having a special Sunday. Every Sunday in my church is special. Very, very special. So at that point, I was already pissed. I'm like, what the heck? There are people around Go to people who are not attending any church. Go to people who you know that these people are not attending any church. Go to brotels, go to beer parlors. You will see people. If you want to win souls, don't hijack somebody that is already going to church. Don't poach people. Like that is poaching. In business, that is poaching. You are now poaching somebody to leave their church and come to your own church because your church is a special Sunday. Listen, if you're having a program in your church and you are inviting me and it's not clashing with my own church program, I can oblige you. I will attend. If I have the time, I will attend. But not asking me to leave my own church and come and start attending your church. He said, don't worry, when you come, you will like it. And trust me, you will not want to leave again. Really? If I want to leave my church, allow me to decide that, okay, at this point, I think the church is no longer changing me anymore. I think what I'm looking for, I'm not getting it in the church. The pastor is probably not preaching well or something. So because of that, I want to leave my church. Let it be my personal decision. Don't cajole me to leave my church. It's so disgusting. Like, I find it very annoying. I find it very, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one that is feeling this way. Or maybe it is a personal anger. I don't know if I'm the only one that is feeling this way. If you've ever encountered things like this before, please just let me know in the comment section, okay? Just let me know, because I don't understand why Christians now do that. We can do more, Christians. We can do more. If you want to win souls, if you want to do the work of the Father, go into the world, not into the church, and win souls for God. Okay? You cannot drag somebody that is already rooted in the church to come and start attending your church. If they decide to come and start attending your church out of their own free will, it's a different ballgame entirely. Not you now forcing them to leave their church because your church, they are always having special Sunday. There's a special Sunday situation going on in your church that is not going on in my own church. Seriously? It's not like that. Okay? It isn't like that. Christianity or soul winning evangelism is not done that way. All right? I can never force somebody to leave their church and come to my church. If you feel you attended my church, or probably I invited you for a program and you attended once and you now felt like, okay, you want to start attending my church, fine. But not me forcing you to leave your church and come to my church. Even if I want to win souls, I will go out there. If you tell me you already have a church that you attend, and then I will encourage you to take it serious, not to leave your church now and start coming to my church. I can even preach to you, talk to you, and ask you to join any Bible-believing church. You must not necessarily come to my church. Join a Bible-believing church. That is how we do this. It is the Father's business, not your personal business. These days, people are after populating their churches, after, the numbers. They have now turned church into a number game. They are now after populating their church. Not about winning souls. You're supposed to be winning souls, not dragging people from their church to come and join your church. All right? Some people are not bothered about how they are getting these members, so long as their church is filled up. So long as, let's do better, Christians. Let's do better. Okay? I just hope we've learned 18 or 2 from here. If you've had similar experience, like I said earlier, if you've had similar experience, please drop it in the comment section and let us know. Because right now it looks like I'm the only one that had the experience, or I'm the only one who is angry. I'm not angry, but I'm just stating my mind. I'm angry. It is well. God will help all of us in Jesus' name. At the end of the day, we're all working towards one goal, which is heaven at last. So let's encourage each other. All right? Pray that God will bless us and direct our paths and lead us on how to go about this soul winning and our Christian race, so that we don't end up sinning against God in the process or in our quest for wider soul winning or populating the church. Okay? I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay fabulous, and stay fantastic. I love you, and I love you again. Bye-bye. Bye.